For those of you not initiated, this is how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm using two brands commonly found at the grocery store. There are better organic alternatives, smaller brands, smaller farms. These are two big brands that you can find. Smucker's Strawberry Jam. For me, it's all about the strawberry and it's jam. Jelly, it's juice, okay? We want fruit. Both of these, you can make your own peanut butter, you can make your own jam. That's probably the best way to go. Grind your own peanuts, jam your own jam. But I'm gonna use big brand names commonly found at American grocery stores. Bread, I'm using Dave's Killer Bread, and the reason is if you want to make peanut butter and jelly sandwich a meal and not a snack, you want to make it kind of healthy, put seeds in your bread, okay? You're going to want a nice seedy bread. Why? Well, there's not a ton of fiber in these two ingredients, although there's protein, healthy fats, and it's fruit, right? But you're going to want to get some fiber. Come on. So I use high seed bread, wheat bread, none of that white bread stuff. And I use natural Jif. All right, like I said, there's better organic brands you can get. You can also make your own. But natural Jif is just something that's easy to buy, and I like it. Still has some processing though. Now, a lot of people are confused on the amounts. And again, this is up to you, but for me, I like to eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich slowly, and I like it pretty loaded. I like it pretty fat. So I take a good amount of peanut butter. I think it's over the recommended size, and I'll show it to you. First, I want it to fully cover the bread, for sure. And I want it to have some thickness to it, not an overwhelming amount. But you do want clean coverage. And yeah, is that a lot of fat? Could be. But again, the bread I'm using is pretty hearty, right? Seedy bread. So you're not going to get anything mushy, you know. It's not going to have low integrity. It's going to have some stability to it. And yes, it's going to be pretty gosh darn thick. And so if I show this to you, you'll see that there is nutrition here in this PB&J because there's quite a bit of peanut butter. I'll go even thicker than this, but for the sake of video, I'll show you that I have this is full coverage of the bread, and it's got some thickness on it. That's what you're gonna wanna do. You don't wanna play around with that. Now, I do something a little crazy. You could clean this knife off right now, but for me, I'm gonna use two knives. That's just for the sake of the video. Right, kind of like on the Food Network. They already have a second batch ready to go. So I got two knives. And I'm gonna show you what I do for this jam, and now it's up to you. A lot of people want big chunks of fruit, so they get strawberry preserves. This is strawberry jam, right? So don't use, if you wanna use jelly, you're a little kid, that's my thing. Jam's pretty good, that's yummy. Strawberry preserves, that's probably the best. But I use jam, and I kind of like stir it a little bit, you know? Because I'm big on consistency, you know, and I want a good consistent mix, okay? Again, with the jam, you're gonna want even coverage, okay? You're gonna want some thickness over here. I don't really like a thin layer of jam. I don't really see what the point is. I like to match the energy of the peanut butter, but what you need to realize is your jam's gonna squirt out, so you don't wanna put so much on that your sandwich can't handle it, right? And so, I'll put on a good amount, you know, like the amount of jam that maybe you could eat and say, I ate some jam today. I want each ingredient to have something to say in the sandwich, to provide something of there you go, that's probably a good amount altogether. Something of substance, right? It's not, because this isn't about the bread. I don't want a sandwich that's just two big pieces of bread. The bread should be carriers for what you're putting on it. We could all eat less bread, to be honest with you. So that's what I got. I got even coverage right there. and I don't really want to see the bread through the jam. Okay. Boom. So you got this. This is what it should look like. There's thickness, there's substance to it, okay? I could have even gone more on the peanut butter, but that's what I'm gonna do. And you can already see it's spilling out. Be a civilized person and eat this with a fork and knife. It sounds crazy, but if you're gonna make a PB&J this loaded, you're gonna want a towel or a napkin, and I just eat it with the knife. Be civilized, be clean. If you want a big fat PB&J, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. Don't get jam and jelly and whatever all over your hands.